Hey, it's Steve L, and this video is about how to navigate through challenging times. So, you may be going through a tough time. Something's happened recently to you that you're trying to deal with, a personal issue or a work issue or an issue with a friend, perhaps, or just something that has happened to you that you're trying to deal with, that you're trying to get through. And we can all relate to that. We've all been there, and we'll all be there again for sure, because life has that flow. It has its ups, it has its downs. And I talk about how to embrace both of those things and how to move forward in life. So, here are some things that you can do to navigate through a challenging time. Okay, the first thing that you should do is just take a step back, take a breath. Everything's going to be okay. You're not alone, okay? This happens to everybody. Whatever you're going through, you're not the first person to go through it. It's something that you'll be able to deal with. You'll be able to get through it, and you'll probably be a better person because of it. Conflict is a very natural thing in our lives, and we need to know how to embrace it. We need to know how to use it to our advantage. And overall, conflict makes us stronger. And when you're going through a difficult time, a challenging time in your life, I want you to take a step back and again, take a breath and understand everything's going to be okay. And in the long run, it's all going to be fine. It's all going to work out. Okay, number 2 is feel your emotions. Embrace your emotions. You're definitely having emotions about the situation, whatever the situation is. You may have some anger, you may have some sadness, you may have feelings of loss or feelings of resentment, feelings of failure, which we like to reframe, of course, and try not to use that word. But these are all feelings that you might be having. You might be doing some self-loathing, and that's okay. So feel these emotions, embrace these emotions, get in touch with them, feel them. Don't suppress them. It's good to feel those emotions. You know, there's misconceptions about carefreeness, that you don't care about anything, that you don't feel anything. But that's not true. You definitely can feel your emotions because they are real to you. Even though you've created them and you can change them, they are meaningful to you. So it's okay to have emotions and it's okay to have feelings. The thing we don't want to do is to allow those emotions and those feelings to guide our behavior, to guide the way we look at things, to guide our action. So that's what's important here. But you can feel your emotions. The other thing is, take some responsibility for whatever part you may have played in the situation that's occurring. Take a look at it and, take a good hard look and see if there's anything that you could have done differently or something that you did that may have caused the situation to happen, and take responsibility for it. Embrace that as well. Okay, number 3 is, once you've done that, once you've embraced all of that, let it go. Just wipe it completely out. As I mentioned before, your emotions are something that you created. So you can just let them go, okay? I know you think they're real. I know you think they're important. I know they mean so much to you. But they really don't. So let it go. In the long run, it's all meaningless. It's all made up, okay? Whatever happened, happened. And you may have even been partially responsible for it. So now you have to move forward by letting all those emotions go and forgive. Forgiveness is a very important part of being carefree. You need to practice forgiveness. And by the way, that's forgiving but not forgetting. So that doesn't mean that you let people take advantage of you or walk all over you. That's not what we're talking about here. But you can forgive people and let go of the emotion. And then in the future, you can do things differently to avoid having what happened happen again. Take some responsibility and take a different course of action because you learn from your situation. Okay, so that's letting it go. That's number 3. Number 4 is reframe to being grateful. Put things back in perspective. Whatever happened to you has happened, and in the grand scheme of things, it probably means nothing in your life. So get some perspective. Get back to the basics. Be grateful for having life. Be grateful for all the things that you're grateful for. Make that grateful list and read it every day and go through it and get perspective. Put whatever happened to you in perspective. Look at it through that grateful list and say, was that the worst thing ever? Don't I still have all of these things that I'm grateful for? Also it could have been a lot worse. That's another thing that you can look at. When you put things in perspective, you understand that whatever happened could possibly have been a lot worse. So just be thankful it wasn't, and that you're still here and you can still move forward and you can still learn from this experience. And the other thing is, once you're grateful, and once you are recognizing all of the things that you have in your life, you can be resourceful. You can look at how those things can then help you move forward by being resourceful, taking stock of all the things that you're grateful for in your life, and then being resourceful by utilizing those things. Okay, number 5 is change will happen. Change is part of the natural order of the universe. So even if you do absolutely nothing, things will change. Circumstances will change. Whatever it is going to change. Eventually it'll change. Now, you don't want to leave it up to just the natural order of things. You want to take action because things could change for the worse. That's another way things could change, or they could change for the better, but it depends on the action that you take that will determine how things will change. But you can guarantee that no matter what, things will change, because that is how things are. That is the way of the world. Things change every day. Okay, number 6 is don't overwhelm yourself. Whenever we're going through a tough, challenging time, we tend to overwhelm ourselves. We tend to think of all the things that could happen, all the things that are going to happen, all the things that might happen to us. And we're thinking about these things through a very negative prism because we're going through the situation and we're emotional about it and we're not having proper perspective. So we start to dwell on the future. So you've got to stay in the moment, and you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. And you don't want to overwhelm yourself. You want to take one day at a time, one thing at a time, and have a plan and get back to working your plan. The other thing is to stay busy. And you can work out. That's important because working out is something that gives you control. It gives you control over your body to some degree. And the other thing is make sure that you're eating right and that you're sleeping right. So stay on a schedule and keep doing the things that you would normally do and maintain those things while you're going through this period. Don't use this period of time as an excuse not to do something, like not to work out or not to eat or not to get the right amount of sleep. So that's number 6, don't overwhelm yourself. Number 7 is stay connected. Do not isolate yourself. When we're going through difficult times and we go through depression and we suffer these emotional moments, we tend to isolate ourselves. We want to just stay home. We just want to crawl under a rock. We want to stay in bed and we just want to sleep. That's what we generally want to do. We just are hoping for the pain to go away and just hoping for it to all go away. And you want to try to avoid doing that. You want to try to stay connected to people. So that means going out, getting out of the house and being around people, doing no matter what. But just be around other people and talk to people. Commiserate with people. Talk to people who are in a similar situation, or talk to your friends and family, because they've all gone through the same thing, I'm sure. And you can talk to them about it and they can be helpful. Just listening is a very helpful thing. So talk to people and don't be afraid to ask for help. That's another important thing. Again, everybody's gone through this. It's okay. You'll get through it. And don't be afraid to ask for help and then take the steps to move past it. Okay, I want to end with a quote by Nietzsche. And Nietzsche said, That which does not kill us makes us stronger. That's something that relates to this topic of moving through challenging times. When you move through challenging times, you usually learn from them, you become a stronger person. And when you go through challenging times and you're able to move through them, that creates growth and forward movement as well. So that's what you want to always be achieving in your life. Taking challenges and turning them into learning experiences and growing experiences and forward movement in your life. The last thing I want to say about navigating through challenging time is that in retrospect, this could have been the best thing that's ever happened to you. So consider that. And also look at this time and look at what's happened to you as an opportunity. Try to see the opportunity in what's happened and take that opportunity and use it to change and transform your life into something much greater. And remember, it's not about what happens to you that matters, but how you react to what happens to you that matters. Okay, so that's what I want to say about that topic. If you have any questions, please email me at masteringcarefreeness@gmail.com. Please like the video or share it, and we'll talk to you soon.